What's that?
This movie fucking sucks.
What?
If there was one word that you could use to describe my first year of college, that word would probably be film. I obsessed over and watched so many films throughout the 2025 to 2026 school year and would log everything I would watch on Letterboxd. I would go into such meticulous detail writing reviews that I knew nobody would read. I started paying attention to things like the Criterion Collection and physical releases of films, and I became heavily invested in sites like CineNerdle and Framed, which would test my film knowledge even further. The obsession with film that I developed over the past year has carried on since I got out of college back in May, and I still try to experience as much film as I can on a week-to-week basis. This obsession with film made me realize how much I love horror as a genre, and led me to check out a film franchise that had always intrigued me. This franchise is known as the Evil Dead franchise. In about just under a month, Evil Dead had shot up from being a generic horror franchise that I knew nothing about to becoming one of my favorite film franchises ever. Even though I absolutely despised Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 1, 2, 2013, and Rise became some of my favorite films ever made. Despite the lack of continuity or actual rules, and shallow characters and stupid decisions and the plethora of other issues that plague these films, I can't help but have a soft spot for them. This is why Evil Dead Burn was easily one of my most anticipated films releasing this year, alongside Spider-Man Brand New Day, Zack Cregger's Resident Evil, and Evil Dead franchise creator Sam Raimi's Send Help. So did Evil Dead Burn live up to my expectations? Yes. If you clicked on this video just wanting a spoiler-free review, you can stop the video right here. This film gets a thumbs up and a recommendation from me. If you're an action horror fan, then you'll surely like this, even if you're not super invested in the series. And fans of the series can rest easy knowing that it has some of the best cinematography, stunts, and gore that the series can offer up to date. From here on out, I'm going to be spoiling the film, so click off if you don't want the film spoiled for you. The best thing about this film is easily how it's shot. Sebastian Vanacek and Philip Lozano come together to make a film with some of the best and most creative shots I've seen in any piece of media ever. The bathroom scene and the mirror shot are easily the standout examples that everyone will think about, but my personal favorite was the scene where the camera follows Alice as she crawls away while Edgar beats the shit out of Joseph in the background. The way the camera follows Alice as she tries to hide from Edgar really emphasizes how truly scary and horrific the situation is for her. It feels frantic and it really allows you to empathize with what her character is going through in the moment. Outside of just the visuals, I found this to be the most compelling Evil Dead story out of all of them. The themes of abuse, familial dysfunction, and shitty parenting really resonated with me, and while Byrne isn't exactly subtle with his messaging, I found it to work well enough to get me emotionally invested in the story. This is helped by the fact that Alice is one of the best protagonists that the series has had, with Mia and David from 2013 being close second picks. A lot of the discourse online surrounding this film has been linked to how the Deadites don't actually act like Deadites, but personally I found this to be really refreshing. The film felt more like watching warped versions of the dysfunctional family members, which made the film feel more personal and made it hit harder for me. I'm personally fine with the series breaking its rules and changing how things work, because since its inception, the series has been more about individual films and their impact at that current point, rather than being a cohesive story with rules and logic. Hell, Evil Dead 2 literally retcons the first film in like its first 10 minutes, so yeah. I really only have two true negatives when it comes to this film, that being the pacing and the CGI Will Monster at the end of the film. This is the longest film in the franchise at just under 2 hours, and during the first half of the film you can really feel the runtime as you're waiting for stuff to actually happen. Though once the film gets going, it doesn't stop at all, with the second half being paced really well and feeling really quick. CGI Will, on the other hand, was weird from both a narrative and visual standpoint. He stands out and looks really out of place when compared to the rest of the film, almost like Vecna from Stranger Things. That's the closest thing I can compare him to. And it feels kind of strange that he does nothing for the whole movie, and then just shows up at the end to be like a final boss and dies. I understand that the film is more meant to show how his family mistreats Alice, and less to show how he actually did, but, you know, since he was her abuser, it would have been nice to see more interactions between the two of them. But a lot of that might come from the fact that I really wanted to see him, get hurt more because I really hated him just that badly. And again, I'm really happy they didn't go with the route of redemption. He truly was a terrible dude. But other than the couple of issues I listed, I can say that this was a very good movie. The post-credits scene bringing back Alyssa Sutherland was also pretty cool, and I'm excited for Wrath whenever it comes out in 2028. I'm not sure how they intend to make a prequel in this universe, but I do hope it's good, so yeah. And as a fan of the series, I'm really excited for the direction that it seems to be taking. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on the film in the comments, whether or not you disagree with me, whether you agree with me, your hot takes, everything. I'm very curious to know. I don't have many people I know in person who I can talk to about films like this, so it would be nice to hear from people in the comments about what they think. So please comment your thoughts or criticisms of what I have to say here. And even if you don't, thank you for taking time out of your day to watch my video. And please subscribe or like or share the video if you can. Yeah, I don't really know how to end this video now. Thanks for watching.
What are you doing here?